Yusuf said earlier, most of your queries are related to delayed works and something like that. So as you do that, DG, you need now to find a bigger question outside audit, which is how do you deal with this delay, because it is delayed implementation. Mostly, if you look at them, delayed implementation. So you know where we are almost going. I think after we address all this, we will have to address how do you handle delayed implementation, whether you are getting wrong contractors and something like that. So, but that's at the tail end. But you should be figuring out, and your people also, and maybe particularly, I don't know whether do you have your what do you call those people? GM, in charge of maintenance. Who is he?
Chair, we are here.
Who is he? What's your name?
Chair, my name is Engineer Telian, currently Director Maintenance.
What have you picked?
Chair, for the projects that we are still discussing, most of them are, like this one is still under construction. When it is completed, it will be handed over for maintenance.
No, what have you learned? You learned nothing? Or you didn't follow my question?
I have followed your question.
So what did you learn?
That it is important to complete works on time.
Did you learn that maybe you are getting wrong contractors? What are you going to do? But think about it. You will help your DG later. Next, auditor.
Thank you, Chair. We progress to the next question on the Eldoret Township Road contract.
Yes.
1.6. The contract for improvement to bitumen standard of the Eldoret Township roads was awarded to a local contractor at a contract sum of Kenyan shillings 1,156,540,838 for a contract period of 44 months. The works commenced on 5th of May 2017 with expected revised completion date of 30th December 2020. Review of the taking over certificate and the minutes of completion date dated 27th January 2021 indicated that the project was substantially complete and outstanding works were installation of road signs, road marking and guard rails on Livertex, Kapkaren, Kapsoya, Munyaka, Awai, and Awai Kiprombe Road, while stone pitching and unpaved walkways works were outstanding on Kapsoya, Munyaka, Awai, and Awai Kiprombe roads. Physical verification exercise carried out on 7th March 2022 revealed that the outstanding works are not being completed despite the project being handed over to the authority. Further, it was noted that as at 28th September 2020, total works certified for interim payment certificate number 5 was Kenyan shillings 850,591,599, which included interest on payments of Kenyan shillings 2,197,895. Chair.
DG.
Thank you, Chair.
But before you do that, DG, which road is this? Is this the one? Which road is this?
Chair, these were many roads in Eldoret town.
Oh, it was
many roads.
Oh.
And I can say these are the roads which meant that it became a city when they were completed.
What I tried to say? That you did a good job. You have already had the audit query before you answer. Let me hear what you wrote there.
Chair, as at the time of the audit, the outstanding works was noted by the auditor, by the audit, as annexed in the report. The works was not fully completed because of the delay in payments. The contractor subsequently completed the works. However, the contract is yet to be paid 70 million Kenyan shillings, which continues to attract interest. Management is pursuing this to get it addressed at both the ministry and national treasury level to facilitate a conclusion of this contract. The current status Project is completed, but we have an outstanding pending bill of 70 million Kenya shilling.
Auditor, they have finished their work.
Thank you, Chair. Our initial fear has been cleared.
Which was?
Which was takeover while some items were still outstanding, but the outstanding issues have been cleared and the work is now complete. The matter is unrest.
And it has made Eldoret to come out.
Yeah, it has made Eldoret a city.
Are you sure? Are you sure yourself? No, you're not sure.
I am not sure.
Yeah, I don't know these roads because I was, DG, why I was raising so that doesn't affect you in terms of your curiosity. I was thinking it is this road, the one leaving airport to near Moi Barracks. I don't know whether people call that one bypass or what. Is that Kenya?
No, that is under Kenya, not ours.
Yeah. One of the best roads, I think.
It was a series of roads we did in town.
If you ask me what made Eldoret city, I would say that road which I passed. I'm not sure about this one of yours. This one, because this one which was done from airport to Moi Barracks, that is connecting people who are going to Western from airport. I think it's the best. That is a very good road that might have made Eldoret to become a city. I'm not saying that you didn't contribute to become a city. You did. Next, auditor.
1.7. Garissa Township Road contract.
Oh, okay. Proceed.
The contract for upgrading to bitumen standard and performance-based routine maintenance of Garissa Township roads was awarded to a local contractor at a contract sum of Kenyan 483,366,251. The commencement date was 11th November 2016, and the expected completion date was 11th November 2018. The performance-based routine maintenance cost was agreed at Kenyan at 6,581,760, which was included in the contract sum. The project works included 6 access roads within Garissa Township of approximately 7.7 kilometers in length. The overall physical progress as at the end of February 2022 was 42%, while the time elapsed from the initial completion date stood at more than 39 months. The physical verification exercise carried out in March 2022 reveals slow progress in project implementation. Yeah?
True. Because if it was supposed to end at 2018 and 2022, it was still pending. There's serious delay. DG?
Chair and honorable members, I wish to respond as follows. The works were procured through KERA and invested to Kura. It was then appraised to reflect requirements for urban roads as opposed to rural roads design. There were delays in the process of vesting and actual commencement of the works. The project was completed and taken over in December 2023 on end of the defects liability period. However, there is still a pending bill of around 317 million Kenya shillings to be paid to the contractor. The current physical progress is completed with a pending bill of around 316 or 317 million Kenya shillings.
Auditor?
Thank you, Chair. The project is completed and we consider the matter addressed.
Members? Honorable Pkosing.
Thank you, Chair. I think I don't have much issues on the implementation, but I have observed the issue of pending bills. What do we do with these pending bills? Because imagine somebody who completes work and a pending bill of 316 million, because also it should be our concern as a committee.
I think Honorable Pkosing, you are late. That's the first thing we addressed when we came. But DG, what do we do? And of course now it's also accumulating interest. So what do we do with this?
Thank you, Chair. And you can see it is accumulating interest. This is the pending bills issue is being addressed at the ministry level to see how the ministry can mobilize resources to clear the pending bills, realizing that the allocation of budget, let's check a budget to the ministry itself, to Kera, Kura, and Kenya, may not be able to do much to clear the pending bills. So as we are discussing before, there is a move which I am not, maybe I cannot comment much because it's being moved by the minister to raise money to clear these pending bills.
Yes, Honorable Kyungi, what's going on is that, and information which I'm privy as the MP for Pokot South, now not as chair of this committee, as MP of Pokot South, because I'm concerned with my roads, is that the minister is sourcing about 200 billion shillings for pending bills. Because I think there's an actual pending bill of about 160, which is accrued in Kera, Kura, Kena. Yes, so and they are getting, actually it's true, they're getting a budget of about 50 billion a year. So with about 200 billion pending bill, even if they're getting that budget, and of course, budget is estimates, they may not even get that one all in terms of exchequer. So what has happened is that the minister has gone out to look for money, and they want to securitize using fuel levy. That is why the MD is not in an authoritative position to address that, because that's a policy issue. That should have been the minister or somebody from the ministry. So, but what is happening on the Bokyungi is that there's a movement. There's a movement to raise about 200 billion by the ministry to cater for pending bills, and they will securitize that one using fuel levy. And there are three types of arguments in terms of which money is this. One argument is they are getting from our 22% and also 10%. So they are clipping part of 10% and 22%, and which members will be asked later. We will have to be very honest to ourselves, because this country must move forward. I'm not saying that is what they are clipping, but there's an argument that they may be clipping that one. Number two, there's an argument that they are taking from the minister's allocation. There is the member. It's not a debate. It's just a rumor. I'm just telling you, and you have to benefit from me as an MP of Pokot South. So the chairman cannot be source of rumor. It's true, but that is not actually rumor. It's actually a truth. The ministry is trying to say, are they going to securitize using clipping part of fuel levy, which is particularly our 10% and 20%, or 10% of the minister's allocation, which is I don't know. It's about 8 billion a year. The third part of it is, which the ministry is trying to process their mind, is to use 7 shillings, which was an addition. There was an addition of 7 shillings, honorable members, on fuel levy, right? Which we did, which came. No, we didn't do. Which we learned that they added, and particularly before the minister movement of ministers, they added 7 shillings per litre of fuel levy. So what the argument now there for honorable members is, what I'm talking about is supposed to be addressed fairly or squarely within Department Committee of Transport. So now the minister, which I am told honorable members as MP of Pokot South, is processing mind on those three possibilities. But the decision is, we must get 200 billion to sort out the pending bills. So how do we securitize? I've given you the 3 models, which you have refused. You have categorically. I'm not the minister for roads. Other members are not the minister for roads. So you have categorically refused, but to a wrong person. That's not myself. And if you want to progress, you might have seen something. There was a right about honorable members which came to our official page, but that's on a different issue. So, so that it doesn't leave you to honorable members, and I lose you in terms of focusing on the discussion on the audit. There was a debate that I think the minister was looking at that issue of using the 7 million addition on fuel levy, or the worst scenario, then he can use his allocation, which is minister's allocation, so that doesn't touch on members 10% and 22%. So you are safe, honorable Correa. I hope I'm not going to lose you. Yes.
You have summarized it very well, but there are 2 things. We are dealing with Kura as a legal entity.
Yes.
We are not dealing with Kura as a department of Ministry of Transport.
Correct.
And for those of us who have been around, the reason why we decided to remove you as one of the small departments under that ministry is to allow you and to vest in you powers as it pertains to your mandate. So what Chairman, I think we should not entertain is the politics of pending bills, and you understand this very well. There are 2 ministries, personally as an individual. I'm yet to be persuaded by the approach on some of these day-to-day ministry-based policy, Ministry of Education and Ministry of Transport. Every new person who comes has to run around and say they're initiating changes. That's why right now our education system is convoluted, confused, and no direction. I'm sure even you as parents and grandparents, you know it. Our education, the reason is whoever comes there believes that is the epitome of performance and good things. And that has completely destroyed our education system. I'm sure, Chairman, you have
Yes.
the same thing now is coming back to the roads. What I want to ask the DG, and the reason why some of us jealously fought for the independence of some of these entities without taking away the interdependent role, is to make sure, as even you get guidance from the ministry, your key role still remains distinct. Why will you initiate? Chairman, I want you to listen to this. Where I come from.
Yes, please. Honorable
And I know some of you are also privileged because at certain stage, from 1978, you were privileged. But before then, our history was also almost the same. The regions where we come from, and I think Korere has alluded to this. Me, I'm not saying this off record, I'm saying it on record. You can even cover it,
media.
whatever
Yes.
you want.
Yes, we represent people.
Yes.
We cannot
Where we come from, we are marginalized. Not only marginalized, but we're also being profiled. Not only being profiled, but we're also being treated unfairly. And I'm saying this to you on your face. You initiated some projects in our regions. Banisa, Eldas, Abaswain, Mandera Town, Bute, you know the dynamics. When I see you implement a final budget of 50 billion and yet you have failed to complete the 3 billion for that particular project, I have no business in dealing with you. That's why for us who come from that region, we have said business is not as usual. You must document and show us how you are going to complete. Chairman, I'm the father of parliament today. I've been struggling.
I confirm.
Yes, I've been struggling to tell those kids that I've been representing the definition of a tarmac road. And DG, I'm putting it on your face. For me and my cohorts, we will not accept anything else, even slightest change on the road dynamics, until you demonstrate the goodwill, the determination to complete those stalled projects in our backyards. You are making us look silly. You have initiated something in Mandera Town. Chairman, you know it.
Yes.
It's supposed to be the border town. You know Mandera Town is called BP1. The 3 points. Ethiopia, Somalia, Kenya. And Mandera is the economic hub. You initiated something, it's stalled. Even me who has represented some other constituencies in the final battle, you initiated something in my constituency, it is stalled. Yet you want to show me 50 billion for new project and you want me to support you? I will not. This time around, I'll be the watchman here.
Thank you.
Show us
Father.
the good, relax, Chairman. Show us the goodwill. And that's what she said. But this country is about us. I've gone through your budgets. I'm sorry to say this, and I'll be sharing with the members of parliament. I've seen counties getting 36 billion from Kera, Kura, Kenya, and every other. And yet our region, the total budget for the last 5 years, even 3 billion is not possible. And you want us to believe that we're in the same country. DG is not going to be business as usual. That is why we had a retreat. There's a document we will not accept. Complete those projects. In my mind, I see, I have known you, but I'm beginning to question really whether you have lost the mojo. Because honestly, Chairman, and I will take you to our region, those projects have stalled. We look foolish, I'll tell you this, even as a representative of the people. And yet here, every year you bring budgets, huge budgets for other counties as if we are not Kenyan. So DG, forget about those remaining budgets. This particular one, and I've done my analysis, I've completed my analysis last Friday. You'll be shocked. We will do constituency by constituency, county by county, word by word, village by village, the allocations from all the agencies, Kera, Kura, Kenya, call them. They go to the same places. Na mnataka tuambie tuvae hapa koti tuseme sisi wote ni Wakenya ni sawa. Hatutakubali.
Order, members, order.
Chair.
Order.
Chair, allow me.
Honorable Sarah Korere. Order. We are not in budget committee.
No, Chair, just one.
Order. I am also part of that, Honorable Kenyan, and you have represented me very well. Honorable Sarah, we have been represented by Honorable Kenyan extremely well. Let me give you direction, so that we make progress, honorable members. You know. Okay, allow us. Yes. Honorable Gorere, I thought
Thank you, Chair. Chair,
we have been represented by.
yes, we've been represented adequately, but listening to Kenyan, at least in northeastern, they are stalled projects. In Laikipia, some of these organizations, including Kura, they cannot dare even think, even dream about Laikipia North. Now he has stalled project. Laikipia North doesn't have nothing. Let me finish, Chair.
Which town do you have?
Town.
Which town?
Hey, I have Donald Town, my friend. I have Foster Town. No. Listen, Chair, what I'm saying. I think they think we'll use cow dung to smear our roads and they'll be okay. It's our too.
Okay.
Chair.
Order.
Chair, I beseech you, let me say this.
You beseech me?
I want to thank my colleague Kenan. He has spoken well for everybody. But my area, I represent a rural constituency. There's an area which they don't know the meaning of what is a road. Yeah. And we pay taxes to this government. So what we need is equity, distribution of resources to every corner of this country. But the problem is Kera, Kura, and Kenyan. You'll see that the same regions which are presented by these three organizations are getting the lion's share against other Kenyans. So this one has to stop. And I'll Kenan, if you bring that, I'll second you.
It's our document in Mombasa. We wrote it.
Yes, I saw you at.
Please join us.
I'll join you and
Yes.
so that we wait for the for the rest of
yes,
Kenyans.
Honorable Tungule. There is no way I can dig you out.
Chair, I come from Kilifi County, and I think, as my colleagues have said, Honorable Kenan has represented us so well. Actually, I also come from Ganze, which is a rural constituency. But that notwithstanding, I cannot pinpoint the kind of work Kera has done in Kilifi County. If there's anything that's
Kera or Kura?
Kura, I mean. If there's anything that is going on, yes, we have big towns.
Called?
I come from Bamba.
Yes.
Bamba is an upcoming very big town.
Very big town.
But Kura hasn't noticed it as an urban.
Yeah,
But
maybe
even Kilifi and Malindi, which is our big towns, I don't think the project that they are doing there are worth more than maybe 100,000 or 100 million, that is. So I think we'll support, and I think as a coast region, we'll also have a retreat like the one they did. We want to see what amount of money you have dedicated to this region,
yes,
maybe for the time you have been in existence,
correct,
vis-a-vis or against other regions.
Good.
Because we see most of this money, much as we all pay taxes, but they go to certain regions. Yeah, we have seen in the budget one region getting over 10 billion in allocation towards roads, while in other regions we get what we call peanuts. So this is something that needs to stop going forward. We think we are all Kenyans. We need to be served equally or equitably. And furthermore, Chair, maybe you think you need to listen to this.
Yes, please.
There are some regions like where we come from that has been marginalized. Maybe because we have not produced leaders or presidents of this country. There are some regions they have gotten everything. Ever since Kenya got independence up to now, yeah, they have been getting the lion's share of development always. All subsequent years they get the lion's share.
I can see where your eyes are going, Honorable.
I'm not talking about.
I see you are.
No, I'm not talking about Mlima, please. So what we are saying,
on a lighter note,
we are all Kenyans, and let this money, the money, maybe spread across. It's very unfair. Right now, you're talking about clipping the 10% and 22%. This is the only money that we have in other areas for road maintenance. Now, if you remove it to pay pending bills that are not in our regions, then what are you telling us? It's like we are not Kenyans, we are lesser Kenyans, we are children of a lesser God than other areas of this country, which we are not going to allow. Thank you, sir.
So, before Honorable Kenan and Honorable, order, Sarah, no, let me give direction before you people go. No, order. You know, you have raised fundamental issues. Weighty.
Before you give direction, because we are
Yes.
my sister here.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law here and me are going for house business committee.
Yes.
Chairman, under your leadership, this country, everybody is struggling. But we all come under the sovereign Republic of Kenya. Correct. Chairman, under your guidance, I have had an opportunity, and I'll share this with the members, to interrogate the current budget. It may not be within the purview of this committee, but as a chair and also members, it is the purview. It's under the purview of all of us. DG, and I will say this, it's not going to be business as usual. I've had an opportunity to interrogate your budget, not only your budget. I took a bit of time the last 2 months, not only your budget, but the budget of the entire road agency sector, the road agencies. What we have seen is shocking and unacceptable. Some people are tamaking ile barabara ya kuku. Ile barabara ya kuku, unajua ile barabara ya kuku. Sisi watoto wetu, our kids are struggling to even define what a tarmac road, and it's been done under your watch. Very soon, we'll be listing those CEOs and board members who have presided over this and cite them for abuse of office. And I'm willing to lead that and cite them for abuse of office. So I want to urge you, it's not a threat, it's not anything else. Please go back to your books. Go back to your books. Look at it. Before even you tell us that you are sourcing for further funds or you want to interfere with this mega allegation by member, you know that's a pipe dream. I will tell you this. None of these members here will accede to that request to take away or even to reduce the 22% or 10%. That's a pipe dream. Forget about it. Don't even put it on paper. And please quote me, I'm the one who's saying that. Don't even put it on paper. It will not come. It will not happen. What will happen is how you have used what has been allocated. Even if we give you that money, where will it go? Which are these bending projects? Which are these stall projects? DG Napusi.
Okay.
Go back to your books.
Thank you.
And chairman under your leadership. Let's get a fair share of this,
Yes.
so that
You will.
Hii kartasi. Sasa umenionyesha hapa over 10 bending stall. Nikiangalia, there's nothing for those disadvantaged people of Northern Kenya.
And but before that, order members, order. I have seen where we're going, and for avoidance of any doubt, the media and everybody listening, this is our parliament transact business. Should there be an issue of interest, you give members to ventilate. So we have not done anything, or the chairman has not done anything, anything different. But let me allow the people who the eyes of Honorable Tungule was turning to, and then I give direction so that our colleagues can leave for an important issue. Honorable Washua?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Chair. What the members are saying here about some areas getting more...
And Mau roads.
Sorry?
Mau roads.
Yes,
that's
Mau
what
roads.
Honorable.
Chair, I would like to say that this is true. But it's true, it's only about 2 or 3 constituencies that get the majority of these roads. The other day I went to see the AG about a road that had been allocated to Kiambu and had been diverted from my constituency to Roiro. And that has been happening ever since we came in. So there's a lot of unfairness in the allocation of roads. I agree with these colleagues of mine. So I think the AG, we should, Chair, these are valid points that we should, in fact, let the budget committee and the powers that be, that we are not happy.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair.
So let me give direction, honorable members, so that our colleagues can leave for business, House Business Committee, and we still continue. Number one, honorable members, what you are saying is, and the direction I will give is, we will have Kenyan next week on, is it Tuesday? Tuesday. 1 hour on Tuesday, we want the minister here, the minister for roads. Because the question we're asking, actually, the honorable members, is for the minister for roads. So now that it's an issue, eating and itching members, we cannot do an audit and leave other itching issues which affect our people behind. We cannot. That is what I'm listening, and that's the mood of the House. So that the minister can come here, and in the same day the minister comes, I give her the direction that KRB also come. We want to have a very important 1 hour. And I'll ask one of my members, please, that is a very important day. Honorable Kenyan, Honorable Tungule, and everybody, please don't miss. That is, and Honorable Korede, bring up the issues of Laikipia. That is the day, because honorable members, there are issues which can actually affect our life. You know, this securitization might actually affect everybody. It should have been done by the departmental committee, but I'm not in that side now. And these members who are actually auditing roads cannot just audit roads, and maybe their roads are also being removed. So it doesn't work. So to satisfy the curiosity of members and to communicate to the people of Kenya, clerk's office, the direction from the committee is that bring the minister here on Tuesday next week. One of the members will have an hour. The minister for roads and Kenya Roads Board. It's not about somehow these members. That is MA or DG. Number two, honorable members, this is fundamental, and I want to tell you, Honorable Kainan and Honorable Kerere, as you leave for House Business Committee, we must interrogate Budget Committee. Budget Committee must be interrogated. Yeah. So it's not about this. It's not about this DG here. We must interrogate Budget Committee. What is Budget Committee doing? Are they allocating money to their constituencies and their regions? Remember this, and I want to say this on record, because I've also seen elsewhere, and in other records. And when the minister comes here, we want the minister to table allocations per county, and even per constituencies.
No, Chairman, no.
And per constituencies.
Chairman, sorry. You know, it's not fair to contradict the chair. Start from the village. We know all the villages in Kenya.
So
Up to constituency.
that is the serious interrogation we'll have for 1 hour next Tuesday. So that, and as you see, that's what I'm saying, as you leave for the House, Honorable Kainan, you people from the House Business Committee, we must interrogate Budget Committee. Because it looks like now the budget committees are giving their money to their own constituencies and their own counties and their own themselves. So budget committee has been reduced. Actually, the House has been reduced to budget committee. You know, whatever they do and allocate themselves, it becomes the truth. And I remember Honorable Kainan, you and I was in the House when the Musimi committee was disbanded.
Actually, not you.
It was disbanded.
Will you stay on the floor? The 9th Parliament, the 10th Parliament, the 11th Parliament, each of those midway, those committees were disbanded, and that is where we're headed right now.
I remember in 11th Parliament where I was, Honorable Korere was, and Honorable Kainan was, and I'm Honorable. Were you the 11th? No, you came into the Parliament. We disbanded the budget committee. I think this is the worst budget committee I've ever seen in my life. Of Parliament, going up for third term or doing my third term. So, Honorable, as we blame these implementers who look very innocent for now, I'm not sure that they're innocent, but they look innocent now. Is that we must interrogate Budget Committee. And when the minister comes next week, Honorable members, you'll actually see the figures.
Yes.
You see the figures. And Honorable Korere,
Well-guided, Chairman.
don't miss that meeting, Honorable Korere.
I can't miss.
Well, guys.
And we must now bring up a motion, now that this is an impeachment season,
Yes.
and we are really charged for impeachments. We must interrogate Budget Committee. So you people, as you go to that's a very important committee you're going in, please start bringing up this motion of what's happening in Budget Committee. Budget Committee are taking the money. So two directions I've given, Honorable Member. Is that satisfactory, Honorable Kainan?
Chairman,
Is that satisfactory, Honorable Kainan?
Chairman, very good, but walk the talk. Invoke
You-
Article 125.
you know,
Write to the minister. Article 125.
I've ordered.
You have ordered.
Yes,
Thank you.
I've ordered. The minister will be here Tuesday next week,
Inshallah.
10 o'clock, 1 hour before we do audit. Because unless members, as you leave, unless members' curiosity is satisfied, they will not concentrate on the audit in roads. You want the Honorable Tugule wants to know what's happening in Kilifi or wherever, and whether they have a town. You know, Honorable Members, so that you don't blame our DG. I'm not defending DG, but I was of course in roads for 10 years, Honorable Members. 5 years. Do you have a town? You have to ask yourself first of all. Otherwise, then you have to meet Kera. The third after Kenya, we'll bring in Kera here. So and also on the order, clerk's office, amendment of my direction, bring the minister, all the DGs, and that should have actually happened before auditing the sector. So bring the minister, all the DGs, including KRB. Honorable members, 1 hour for serious clarifications. So that now members can relax to concentrate on audit. Members cannot audit the agencies when they have serious issues of clarification. And I hope you write, before the clerk signs, give me that letter I read, so that I know what you have written. So we need the minister to come and give out clarification on budget issues and this issue of pending bills and using fuel levy to securitize sourcing for money for pending bills. That is fundamental. That should not miss in that letter. The minister should come and tell us what is he doing so that these members can be settled and say 22% or not 22%, they should be settled so that they can audit. So that the three issues that the minister must come and clarify on that date: the budget, the overall budget of the ministry in terms of roads, the issue of pending bills, and securitize using fuel levy as securitization. The minister must come and clarify before the PIC committee next week, Tuesday, 10 o'clock. And the minister should not ask for an apology. So put that one in the letter. Members, is that fair? Honorable Kyungi, is that fair? And now address to Honorable Tungule, whose eyes were watching. Can't turn into your side.
Thank you, Chair. Now, we are okay. Yeah, that's fair. But I think it's good to come clearly that Kura mostly deals with municipalities.
Yes,
former municipalities.
Yeah.
That's why most of us who are in the village constituencies, you don't find us so much in Kura.
Including me. Yeah, yes, true. Yeah. Municipalities. Is that true, DG? I think municipalities. Do you do all municipalities? No.
Chair, no, we don't do in all municipalities. We do where we have classified urban roads, national urban roads.
What's your criteria?
The classification is
based on what?
Based on, there's a formula for the classification.
Please bring it Tuesday next week.
Yeah.
So that members can appreciate, because somebody like Honorable Katana here might be thinking, he has said that should have been classified as urban roads. Mariakani, for example. Maybe, are you Mariakani? No.
We are not,
not yet.
Not yet.
You can also tell him you will be there soon. And then the question is how soon? No, I'm not taking responsibility for anybody else. Members, can we leave it at that, Honorable Tungule?
How fast or how regular they do the classification? Yes.
I've taken myself on a difficult road. How frequent? Once a year, 2 years, 3 years?
No, it's a continuous process. It can be generated from even the leadership in themselves, but it's a continuous, depending on how the functions of the road change. In terms of, the main factor is traffic.
So when was the last time classification of road was done? Because maybe I'm thinking from where I come from, I don't see any new classification that has been done in the recent years.
Let me, Honorable Tungule, if you allow me, of course you're going to allow me, because you have not been a bad man before us on this committee. And we thank the people of Ganze for bringing you to Parliament. Can we leave it at that, Honorable members, for next week? Because, Honorable Tungule, if all the agencies were here, you might actually realize that there are people who are enjoying more of Kenya roads than Kura roads. There are people who are enjoying Kenya roads than Kura roads. So I think there's a balance. So we cannot look at it, Honorable Tungule, alone. Because if you look at them alone, then the question will be, hey, there's somebody else who's getting more roads in Kera, and why are you disadvantaging this man who's getting fewer roads in Kura? So we have to look at this thing, Honorable members, in maybe in a holistic manner, which I have proposed, and you have given me the power to rule. Tuesday next week. Yeah. What is Honorable Mashua? They are no longer, nobody's now talking about Mama roads.
Yeah. I was going to ask maybe the AG through chair, if we want to get the statistics for each constituency, who is in charge of that?
The minister.
Is there somebody else?
As far as Kura is concerned, we have that information on where we have our network and where we are putting our resources, every constituency and every county. But that is aggregated, then it can feed.
What about because if you go that direction, DG, we are going to bring chaos in this country. You know why? Because people will look only at Kura, and we have not looked at Kenya, we have not looked at Kera, so that we can now see how the country is distributed. So I think the person with all that report is the minister. And he's here next week. Honorable, I want you to bring that question. Let the minister put the map of Kenya here.
Chair, is he going to bring the map of Kenya, statistics?
Yes.
You have asked for that?
Yes.
Yes, thanks.
Next week is going to be 5 hours. For 1 hour. Then you satisfy your curiosity. Then you can be able to proceed. And I think This should have been done as a Kamkunji, actually. It's not only a problem for us.